All right, good afternoon. This is Raymond De Leon, and I got another one for you. Today's topic, I'm going to go ahead and disprove that myth, that legend of you being able to become a state citizen national. I'm going to disprove the myth and the legend of that alternate passport. Anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about with the other passport, state citizen nationals, okay? If you don't know anything about that topic, this ain't the video for you. But for those of you who are trying to pursue the state citizen national route, it doesn't exist. If you go to travel.state.gov, that is the federal website that deals with everything from immigration, nationality, international business or persons traveling abroad, foreign officials, and so on and so forth. The state citizen national process was created so that people could become aware of tax liability. That's where it comes from. And so one legal theory and one gentleman's research led people to go down a path that's indescribable. If you are not a U.S. citizen, you are, by definition, not a U.S. citizen. If you are not a U.S. citizen, you can't come into any of their federally controlled landmarks or jurisdictions. And the simple fact that you are not a U.S. citizen does not mean that you can't be held liable for acts committed within the jurisdiction of the United States or against the jurisdiction of the United States. We're all U.S. citizens that are in this country and born in this country. So for those of you, this is what happens if you renounce your citizenship. Renunciation of U.S. citizenship by persons claiming right of residence in the United States. Section 101A22 of the Immigration and Nationality Act states that the term national of the United States means a citizen of the United States or a person who, though not a citizen of the United States, owes a permanent allegiance to the United States. Therefore, U.S. citizens are also U.S. nationals. Non-citizen national status refers only individuals who were born either in American Samoa or the Swains Islands to parents who are not citizens of the United States. Section 349A of the Immigration and Nationality Act, 8 U.S.C. 1481, governs how a U.S. citizen shall lose U.S. nationality. All right? So let me stop right there. If you're not born in the American Samoa or the Swains Islands, guess what? You are not a non-citizen national. If you as a U.S. citizen not born in those two locations become a non-citizen national, you are an alien. That's what you are. You're an alien to the United States. If you want to go and lose your citizenship status, thinking that it's going to help you, this is what happens. Renunciation is the most unequivocal way in which a person can manifest an intention to relinquish U.S. nationality. Since nationality is a status that is personal to the individual U.S. national, it cannot be renounced by a parent or legal guardian under any set of circumstances. Those contemplating a renunciation of U.S. nationality should understand that renunciation is irrevocable, except as provided in Section 351B of the INA, and cannot be canceled or set aside absent a successful administrative or judicial appeal. Put another way, renunciation cannot be taken back. and it does not merely suspend nationality, but irrevocably relinquishes it. Consequently, renunciation as U.S. nationality is not a step to be taken lightly and should be undertaken only after serious thought and reflection. It should say undertaken. All right. Pursuant to Section 358 of the INA, the renunciation of one's U.S. nationality does not result in one's expatriation until the Department of State approves a certificate of lost nationality of the United States. Okay, and then it goes into how to do it. Let's start there. Persons who contemplate renunciation as of U.S. nationality should be aware that they will experience a great deal of hardship unless they already possess a foreign nationality or are assured of acquiring another nationality shortly after completing their renunciation. In the absence of a second nationality, those individuals who become stateless, as a stateless person, they would not be entitled to the protection of any government. They might also find it difficult or impossible to travel, as they would probably not be entitled to a passport from any country. Furthermore, a person who has renounced U.S. nationality will be required to apply for a visa to travel to the United States, just as other aliens do. If found ineligible for a visa, a renunciant could be barred from the United States. Renunciation of American nationality does not necessarily prevent a former national's deportation from a foreign country to the United States as an alien. Persons considering renunciation should be aware that the fact that they have renounced U.S. nationality may have no effect whatsoever on their U.S. tax or military service obligations, nor will it allow them to escape possible prosecution for crimes which they may have already committed or may commit in the future which violate United States law, or repayment of financial obligation such as child support payments previously incurred in the United States or incurred as a United States national abroad. Questions about this trash? Need to go to the fucking directed government agency. All right, so here's the deal. That passport situation, right? Watch this. Individuals who have carefully considered the consequences attendant to the renunciation of U.S. nationality may contact a U.S. embassy or consul for an appointment. Moreover, a person in possession of a U.S. passport who renounces U.S. nationality will be asked to submit that passport to the U.S. consular officer for cancellation. If the Department of State approves the CLN, the individual will be ineligible to receive a U.S. passport in the future unless he or she, like any other alien, subsequently naturalizes in the future as a U.S. citizen. Okay? Where did I get this? The federal government. Travel.state.gov. Ultimately, this is what my point is. Okay? You're not going to be able to get a U.S. national passport unless you happen to be a U.S. national. U.S. citizens are U.S. nationals inherently, but U.S. nationals aren't necessarily U.S. citizens. For the most part, all U.S. nationals come from two specific zones. The American Samoa and the other island, which I read it, I forgot. So when we're sitting here sending all this paperwork to these different government agencies, they're only looking at it because you sent it, but they're ignoring it because it doesn't meet the statutory requirements for the desired effect, of a status change, confirmation, or renunciation. It's like saying, how do I say this? Well, let me put it to you like this. The legal theory that was born into existence of the benefits of American or yeah, U.S. national. How about that? U.S. national or state citizen national can only be acquired or at least acknowledged by the way that the United States allows for it, because we were all born here. Failure to meet the statutory requirements, you might find yourself either being denied, and if you do meet the statutory requirements, you definitely ain't getting a U.S. national passport because you're not from the zone. Or you'll meet the statutory requirements for renunciation and be deported. Where? Who knows? But you definitely will be barred from being in here. There are no special passports. Thank you for your time. Leave your comments below this video. Like, subscribe, and share. And if you'd like to get in contact with me, contact me either by leaving a comment on this video or go into the description box of this video and click the messenger link, and you can contact me directly. I hope this was of service, and I hope that it clears up a lot of the murky water. And anybody who has proof to the contrary of what I just read, you're full of it. You're just full of it. These are the only ways you can get a passport. These are the only ways that you can change your so-called status. And with that, that's why Smooth Operational Law and our course definitely would benefit anybody trying to further understand the processes of a secured party, a creditor, being a state citizen national, because at minimum, you're going to get clarification of what is real and what is not. Good afternoon.